Hello everybody, Slackbeard here with my very first YouTube video regarding Magic the Gathering tips and tricks for absolute beginners. So first of all, before we start, I'd like to explain a little bit about myself. I've been interested in making YouTube videos for a couple of years now, and I finally got around to getting myself a couple of sets of budget equipment to just get me on the road and see how things go. So I'll be hoping to do a few more of these if I enjoy it, and if it comes out okay. And the series, as I previously stated, that I'm interested in doing at the moment is to do with Magic the Gathering and showing beginners and players who are completely new to the series how to play the game, how to get into it, and how to get the most fun and value out of your experience. Now, why am I doing Magic videos? Because there's plenty of Magic videos online already. Well, I am myself an absolute novice with Magic. My previous experience amounts to, I think it's probably 2 hours on the Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers game for Steam. And that's about it. So I thought it would be quite interesting to chronicle my learning curve with Magic, what I enjoy about it, what I don't enjoy about it, how I get on with it, and so that other beginners like myself can share in my experience and can take some tips from me, from someone who's in a relatively same situation, on how to best maximize their fun and how to get the most out of the game. So the goal of this particular video is for people who are interested in Magic and have absolutely no experience with it whatsoever. You know, they may be seen or heard their friends play it. Maybe they're looking for a new hobby and they want to get into it, but maybe they don't know where to start. Maybe they're a bit confused. Maybe it's a bit daunting. And I'm hoping in this video, over the next 10 minutes or so, to show you what you can do to get in to Magic the Gathering if you're an absolute beginner. So, you have decided that the allure of Magic is one you find enticing, but you don't know where to start. Well, the first super tip that I can give you is one that you're actually already following just by the very fact that you're watching this video, and that tip is do some research. The first thing I would say is I would check out places like YouTube for some gameplay videos, particularly if you can find videos of Duels of the Planeswalker, the video game that you can get on Steam that I mentioned earlier. The reason why I say that is because if you watch that gameplay, you can get a very good idea of the layout of how two players play against each other. You can see the battlefield in front of you. You've got the cards laid out in all the correct positions. You'll get a very good idea of how attacking and blocking works, damage dealing, and so on and so forth. So that should give you a very good idea of the layout of the game. You get a general idea of how it looks and see if it still interests you. After you've done that, checked out a few gameplay videos. If you're still interested, it's well worth checking out some Magic the Gathering forums. Now, there's plenty of these online where expert players and new players alike come to discuss ideas, decks, cards, anything really related to Magic the Gathering. The best one that I could suggest, certainly to start off with, is actually the official Magic the Gathering forum itself. That's community.wizards.com, which is run by Wizards of the Coast, who are the people who publish Magic the Gathering. And they've got an excellent new and returning players forum where you can go and read almost anything you want to know about Magic the Gathering from the ground up. It will detail you things like what maybe are the best packs for you to buy when you begin, where new players can go, and you can meet other new players to discuss your ideas and your troubles, or your experiences when you're trying to get into Magic the Gathering. So I would definitely suggest that. Videos first on YouTube, and then checking out any forum, any Magic the Gathering specialist forum, but the one I would recommend most of all would be the official Wizard of the Coast forum. I will put a link in the description below to that forum so that you can just access that more easily. Now, the final tip that I'm going to give you is probably the best one. So I've saved the best one until last, and that tip is simply get down your local. So find your local or your nearest Magic the Gathering store. Now, when I say store, I don't just mean like a supermarket that might sell a couple of Magic the Gathering boosters. I mean a specialist dedicated trading card games or just board game store. Go in, have a look, and see if they sell a decent variety of Magic cards. It's also worth checking if they hold regular events. My local store is an excellent example. They host 2 nights a week of Magic the Gathering gameplay. One night on the Wednesday is dedicated to Magic the Gathering. The second night on Friday is dedicated not just to Magic, to other games as well, but there's always a Magic presence. So I actually went down to my local yesterday, went up to the staff members inside and explained that I was interested in getting into Magic, that my experience was very, very basic at best. And what they do, if they are, I think it's if they're officially partnered with Magic, they may need to be sponsored or something. But certainly a good quality card or hobby game shop will have these. What are these, you might ask? Well, these are pre-constructed Magic the Gathering test decks or promo decks. Now you can actually get these, and a lot of the shops, the one I went to included, will give you a free pack of these if you are willing to sit down and play a little test demo with a staff member, which I cannot recommend enough in terms of if you're interested in getting into Magic. It is an absolutely brilliant way of, one, seeing if you're interested in the game, seeing if it's the right game for you, and two, learning the basics. Playing the half-an-hour game I did yesterday against the very friendly store assistant, I probably learned more about Magic than I have the entire few hours of playing the game on the computer or checking out any forum posts or videos. It was invaluable in increasing my Magic knowledge. So what happened with me is she got out a series of these promo packs, told me to pick a colour, and based on the fact that I thought that the Lion box was quite cool, I went for the yellow, which is actually apparently white, but there you go, it's got a yellow background, I thought it was yellow, whatever. So I went for the white pack, and then she told me to pick a pack for her to play as, so I went for the red pack, or the fire pack, or whatever it is. So I was given the yellow, she was given the red, and we both started a game. These packs themselves contain a 30-card deck, so that's actually half the size, apparently, of a standard Magic deck, a standard Magic deck being 60. You also get something which is very, very useful for later on. I haven't actually opened this one because she let me use her store one, but it is just a very handy little guide to Magic. It details all of the, let's see if I can get it on the camera there. Details, there we go. So you've got like all the phases of the gameplay there, from beginning phase to end phase. And on the back there, it also shows you the basics of tapping and untapping cards, which I sort of understand now. So they're great little packs. They come with everything you need to know to get started. And we played a quick duel, and it was just really, really brilliant to be able to ask questions as we go. We played with both of our hands open so we could see what each other had. And it was just a really, really brilliant way to understand what was going on the field and the finer points. There are things that I picked up that I didn't know before because it's just something that I would never have learned through playing the video game on the computer or checking on forums. For instance, the one thing I learned is that when a creature is cast onto the battlefield, it is technically considered a spell, and you can occasionally get cards that increase your life for every spell that is cast. Now, until I played this demo, I did not realise that casting a creature was considered a spell. So I actually gained a life every time I summoned a creature when I had particular cards on the field. So it's little things like that, little bits of expert information that just let you get that much of a better grip on the game. So after we finished playing the games, we had a little bit of discussion. And very kindly, not only did she let me keep the deck that I'd chosen, but she also let me keep the red deck as well, which is great. So I'm going to hopefully be able to coax a couple of my mates into playing some games with me so that I can get a better understanding of it. As always, practice makes perfect with these kinds of things. And finally, as an added bonus, I guess she was feeling particularly generous, she actually gave me a pack of promo pre-release Magic the Gathering cards. Now, I think, I could be wrong here, as I said, I'm not exactly an expert with this. Pre-release, I think, is every year they release a new set of cards, which is called the core set. Now, just before these are released, they bring out pre-release packs, which contain sort of introductions to the new set, samples of the new cards, and they often give away for free these promo packs. You just happen to have a couple of them left over, and I can see that the one on top is actually shiny, so I guess that means it's a rare one, and it's got actually a date on it as well, 26th and 27th April. So I presume you should only be able to get these on certain days of the year, or they only hand them out at certain points. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open these, because I haven't actually had a look at these yet. This is my very first unpacking, unboxing, whatever you want to call it. So I have no idea what I'm getting in here. Good job that the top one, the shiny one, is the green, because green is actually my favourite Magic colour. It's the colour I play with in the video game. And the only reason I didn't go for a green starter deck is because they'd run out. But, you know, white's cool as well. He's got a funky line on the front, Ajani or Ajani Goldman, but whatever. So cool, we've got a green one on the front there. Oh, another green. Excellent. That's a monster. More green. Excellent. This is going well. Okay, so now we have a black. And as you can see, it's just loads of different. So we've got some spells, monsters, blah blah blah. So quite a nice mix in there, actually. A really nice mix of cards. Yeah, it's really, really good. So, as I said, go into your local, befriend the people in there, ask to have a trial demo if they have these. It's an absolutely brilliant way of getting them. This didn't cost me a thing. These were both free, as was the promo pack. So go in there, go into your local gaming shop, have a look around, have a demo, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And it's just a brilliant way to get into Magic the Gathering. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed my very first YouTube video for a guide to Magic the Gathering for complete newcomers. In my next video, I'm hoping to do an unboxing of an intro pack for Magic the Gathering, as well as the Deck Builder's Toolkit. So hopefully by then, once I've got those and I'm ready to open those, I'll have a little bit more of an understanding of the game, and I'll be where I'm at to open an intro pack and get right into a fully sized deck, as well as the Deck Builder's Toolkit, which will give me the possibility of customizing that deck with my very own cards. So I hope this has given you a bit of an insight into Magic the Gathering. I've enjoyed making it immensely. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And until next time, have a good one. Hold the proverbial phone for just a second, because it turns out that these pre-release promo cards that were very kindly handed out to me are not actually from the Magic the Gathering 2015 core set. They are in fact promo cards for the set released just before that, called Journey into Nyx. That set came out on May the 2nd of this year, which would help to greatly explain the date there. The 26th and 27th of April must have been handed out just a couple of weeks before the actual set was released. Just thought you might like to know that in case you try and look up some of these cards and get confused when they're in completely the wrong set that I told you about. What are you doing? Oi, get off. Oi! This way. You. Come on. Come on. Off, 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 off. Stop! No! No. Oh. Come on. Down here. Stop. No. No. All right, fine. I'll come downstairs and feed you. Pest.